So, Tectone has been swatted. Tectone, the streamer, Mr. Baldy himself, was swatted around August 16 of 2025 because someone falsely reported he was assaulting women and holding 8 hostages, which, of course, prompted law enforcement to storm his home. They followed him home, couldn't resist the handsome bald man he is, you know? And like a supervillain, he kept those 8 women in his gooner cave. I'm joking, by the way. Damn, I make him sound like the fucking Pied Piper. Bro, like, did a little fiddle on his flute. So yes, he's been swatted recently. If you don't know what swatting is the act of calling emergency services with a fake but dangerous sounding report to provoke a heavy police response. So, as you might have guessed, Tectone in fact did not have 8 women held hostage in his gooner cave. It was completely a false report. We don't know who actually did it. He says he has kind of an idea of who might have done it, but he didn't say. Anyways, so why does this all matter? Well, the thing about it is this highlights like an ongoing threat that a lot of public figures are facing, especially live streamers. This isn't the first time it's happened, and it probably won't be the last. Now let's talk about Tectone's account of the whole thing. Starting with his social media reaction, on August 16th, he tweeted that it was his first swatting and praised the officers for being kind and understanding. He encouraged streamers to listen and cooperate during such events, which that is the most appropriate thing to do if you don't want to have a bad time. Just cooperate, right? He said the police told him the false report had labeled him as assaulting women with 8 hostages. He asked for the identity of the caller but wasn't given that information because they told him they can't really tell him that right now. He added the police later marked his house as a streamer house and whitelisted both his current and upcoming home to hopefully avoid further swatting targeting. Tectone expressed that he believed a fellow streamer rather than a random viewer was behind the report, though he did not reveal who. That is something that tends to happen to a lot of streamers, unfortunately. Not just streamers, but also YouTubers, any kind of content creator, a lot of people just swat the hell out of them. It shouldn't be a thing, but unfortunately it is. So let's talk about why streamers get swatted in the first place. There are some common methods behind swatting: DMs and leaked personal data, or even visual clues from streams that can allow abusers to locate someone's address. As one Redditor put it, I've heard of streamers getting doxxed/swatted because it was found out what city they lived in, someone timed, then went to Google Maps until they found their house. Which is scary beyond belief. It is so fucking scary that people can figure out where someone's located by such little information. But people are fucking crazy, dude. A lot of people online are crazy and hateful. If you're a content creator, you should always be careful. So let's also talk about why this is actually dangerous. Swatting can be life-threatening. Officers respond to an armed threat, all based on false info. They are coming in, guns at the ready to shoot, you know? And especially if you're unprepared, you're just minding your own business, going about your day, maybe you're in the middle of a stream, and you suddenly hear someone kick your door in. FBI, open up! It's just scary, it's confusing, you're probably not gonna know what to do in the situation. There's a very good chance somebody might just accidentally do something they shouldn't in the moment because they're panicked. You know, could cause the SWAT team to actually shoot them. It's very dangerous. I don't know why people think this is okay, because it's not. Tectone's whole story underlines the fact that some police departments may now recognize streamers as potential swatting targets and adjust protocols accordingly, such as whitelisting or marking their house down. This shouldn't have to happen, it really shouldn't. However, it just does because, like I said, people are hateful. You can be the most... Like, you don't even have to be a commentary channel, dude. You really don't. People will find a reason to hate you no matter what you say. You can have the most tame take ever. You can be like, you know what? I think we should all get along and hold hands and be friends. And someone is gonna be triggered by that and might be crazy enough to swat you. If not, do something else crazy. Because I think Tectone had mentioned in his stream that a car kept parking outside of his house.
But things started to get weird a couple weeks ago because there was this one car that kept on pulling up in front of my house. The person in the car I didn't recognize. And then they'd leave. Same person would pull up and then they'd leave. And shit like that, it's like the shit that fucks with me. So I'm like, who is that guy? Why do they keep on parking in front of my house? And why do they keep on leaving? Like, are they DoorDash? Are they this or that? And then I'd review the security cameras. I'd watch them sit there for an hour and 45 minutes, just sitting in front of my house, not doing anything, just sitting there. And I'm like, all right, well, I'll keep tabs of that.
Can't have an opinion, too controversial. Yep, nope. Having an opinion on the internet? How dare you? How fucking dare you? I don't understand how people don't have enough empathy to understand how they are putting someone's life in danger. Or maybe they do, but they just don't care. They hate someone so much and think that they are the devil themselves that they are willing to murder this person. Like, it is fucking attempted murder. You do realize that, right? Anyways, what can maybe people do about this? So I have some recommendations of maybe some things that people could do in order to keep safe. Like, clarify your real life location very minimally. Don't say too much online. I mean, swatting and doxing can still happen anyways, but it's better not to say too much. The worst thing is people are so unempathetic nowadays. It's true. It's true. On both sides of the spectrum, I see people always just being like, you know what? Murder is okay. Like, what's wrong with you? Anyways, consider contacting local law enforcement in advance to inform them that swatting may be a risk, or ask viewers to report doxing. Build communication channels with authorities in case of emergencies. As for community and platform responsibility, platforms should probably prioritize safety and transparency a lot more, highlight better protocols such as marked addresses or faster verification steps for law enforcement, because now when streaming is becoming so popular, it feels like this is gonna just happen more and more. There's more and more crazies popping up online. That's what it feels like, at least. Like, people are getting way too comfortable with committing actual crimes. Anyways, honestly, I have to respect how Tectone handled the situation. He was very professional, very calm. That is how you should handle it, you know? Like, don't panic, because that's the worst thing you can do in that situation with armed police in your house, especially when they have a tip that you have hostages, you know? They probably think you're armed and ready to shoot them. But Tectone did the right thing. He immediately put his hands up, tried to remain as calm as possible, explained things calmly, said he's just a streamer, and they were chill about it. Nothing bad happened to him, which is great to hear. I feel like the reason people commit these crimes is probably because they think that there's not going to be any consequences for their actions. It's the same thing with people saying whatever the hell they want on Twitter, thinking that, oh, well, nobody's going to touch them. They're just a random person on Twitter. Somebody actually, I think, I don't remember who it was, but somebody got sued on Twitter for one of their posts being slanderous, right? So, I mean, you're not safe just because you're hiding behind like a little anime profile picture on Twitter. I don't know. It doesn't work that way. You can still get in trouble. The police will find out. They will find out who you are. Like I said, Tectone did say he thinks he knows who it is. He thinks it's another streamer. And I think it has something to do with the allegations that are against him, because there were some allegations against him earlier from one of his exes about him like sexually assaulting her. But it reminds me of the study that found that 1 in 100 people are psychopaths. Only takes one of them with some determination to swat Tectone. Tectone. I can speak English, I swear. No, but yeah, it's horrible. Like, this shit should not be happening. Real human lives are at risk. But you know, people don't care. We love Tectone. I just call him Baldy. You know what they say. Bald is beautiful. Anyways, oh man. I think that more people should be aware that this is happening. It's been happening for far too long. So many people have been swatting over time. I mean, I remember the first time I heard about swatting was when iDubbbz made his video on Keemstar, because apparently Keemstar was like swatting people during that time. And I was like, what the fuck is swatting? So how old was that video? That was pretty damn old. So if it was even happening back then, Jesus Christ, man. I'm competing with him about who is more bald. No, he is the original bald master, okay? You merely adopted the baldness. I was molded by it, shaped by it. Anyways, more people should be aware of what's going on. Viewers and content creators alike. I'm thinking about what can really change about this. I think encouraging more discussions about swatting and how platforms could do better protection for creators. But yes, the bald king shall rise again. That's what I like to believe. Long live King Tectone. I guess that's really all I have to say about it. Swatting is horrible. It shouldn't happen. No matter how much you hate someone, you can hate them all you fucking want, but don't threaten their life. Don't put them in danger. Like, that's way too fucking far. Can we agree on that, chat? Can we agree that swatting is just insane? I'm just gonna do the same thing as Tectone if I ever got swatted. I'm just gonna put my hands up and be like, bro, I'm like 4'11". You think I can have hostages? They'd probably all beat me the fuck up. You think I have hostages? Bro, I am the hostage. It doesn't matter how much you can hate someone. If it will bring them the dead, then it is not okay. Well said, Shin. Well said. Thank you guys so much for watching. Guys, say goodbye to YouTube. Say bye, YouTube. Do it, chat. Do it. Now I'm holding you guys hostage. Should hold up a gun. Do it. Do it now. Charles. Charles, do you want to say goodbye? Bye-bye.